Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. This is your host, Rising Oblivion. Today, guys, I wanted to talk a little bit more about the remastered version of Persona 5 Royal, which will be coming October 21st, 2022 to Xbox One, PC, PS5, and everything else. But this is going to be centered around next gen and what we're going to be seeing with Persona 5 Royal jumping over to next gen, or the so-called Persona 5 Royal Remaster. Well, first things first, we should just get this out of the way. There is no free PS5 upgrade. They did an FAQ with ATLUS to see what a lot of people were talking about, and even in my comment section in my past videos and stuff, a lot of people had wondered, will we be getting a free PS5 upgrade if we owned the game on the PS4? Because a lot of games have done this. Ghost of Tsushima, Cyberpunk, for instance, some Call of Duty games, Final Fantasy VII Remake does that as well. So a lot of games are doing this free upgrade, but it looks like Persona 5 Royal will not be doing that because they are trying to say that basically this is going to be a different version. Basically, this is our third iteration of Royal, but we will not be getting a free upgrade. So if you own the game on the PS4 and you want to play the PS5 version, you will have to buy the PS5 version. If not, you'll be technically playing the PS4 version. So that means you're going to have the lower frame rates and everything else. You're basically just playing the PS4 version just on the PS5. Nothing is going to be different and nothing is going to change. You will have to pay full price to get Persona 5 Royal on the PS5 for the PS5 version. And if you know, games on next gen are $10 more expensive, so you will be spending $70 opposed to $60 for this game if they intend to have it to be the full price. From what we understand so far, this is going to be full price. So Persona 5 Royal, the PS5 version, more than likely is going to be full priced on the PS5, which is a little bit sucky. It sucks that we're going to have to pay that much for it, but that seems to be what it is so far. So there is no free upgrade. Basically, that's what it's going to be. There's also some more news from this FAQ as to what platforms are going to be getting a physical version of Persona 5 Royal, and that is the PlayStation 5 and the Nintendo Switch. Xbox isn't going to be getting it. Of course, PC never has physical stuff anyway. There's some things like Overwatch or whatever, but of course we didn't expect that there. But a lot of people were, wanting to know if there was going to be a physical version on Xbox, and no, there is not going to be that. The PS5 will have a Persona 5 Royal remastered version, and the Nintendo Switch will also have that as well. So we'll be seeing that there, and of course it's also jumping to Game Pass. A lot of people also wondered about that as well, so Game Pass will also have that supported. So if you have Game Pass, you will have it just boom, straight out on your console, so there's nothing to worry about there. And there's some other things that they have been talking about as well, that there's going to be some special bonuses depending on which store you buy it in. So there is not going to be any collector's editions, I don't believe. I don't think they've said anything about that, but there is plans to have different stores have some different special bonuses, probably things like keychains or plushies or statues or small codes and things like that that we're going to be seeing when it comes to this game where it comes out. We believe that most of the DLC that we're going to be seeing in Royal before is going to be included in this version. This is supposed to be like a definitive version of Persona 5 Royal, so it's going to include all the DLC and stuff, so you could assume that that's not going to be any of the special bonus stuff. But also, if you're a person who thinks that all the DLC is worth the full price tag of $70, then maybe you're good there. I'm not 100% confirming the DLC is going to be in there, but we're more than likely to assume that it's going to be part of it, because it's supposed to be like a remaster. In each iteration, typically when they do like a bundled version of an upgraded version of a game, at least with the Persona games and a lot of the ATLUS games, they include all the DLC from the past stuff, so we can expect that to be there. So more than likely, Persona 5 Royal, when it comes to the next gen version, it's going to be full priced and will include all DLC, and select stores will have separate things. They said that they will show us what each store has, so maybe GameStop will have like a keychain or something like that. The stuff's not that important. Maybe, like Best Buy will have a poster or something. So there's different places that might have it. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we see something like a steelbook. I don't believe they're doing collector's editions of this, but I will try to keep updated on that stuff. We haven't heard like really any news on a collector's edition or anything. I would like to have something like that. That would be cool, or at least something like a steelbook, because like steelbooks are nice, but they've said here that there is no limited edition releases, so there isn't going to be like day one versions or anything. So it's kind of hard to say. This isn't going to be like when Royal came out. There was collector's editions, steelbooks, limited editions, things like that. It sounds like there's just small tossed in bonuses, and really, I don't know if a limited edition counts like towards a steelbook or something like that. So we still have a little bit of more news to see here for Royal. So if you're a person that's waiting, I've seen a couple of different questions, people saying, should I just buy the PS4 version with all of its DLC and then just play that version on the PS5, or should I wait for the PS5? Essentially, it's kind of up to you, really. What do you deem as worth it? Do you think all the DLC and stuff packaged in and playing this game at a higher frame rate is worth it? Then that's kind of there for you. But in reality, this game was like a PS3 game that got ported over to the PS4, and then Royal was more of the PS4 version of the game. This game doesn't support HDR, I believe, so it doesn't even have high dynamic range. It doesn't really use like ray tracing or anything, so it's kind of hard to say. Having a higher frame rate's good and all, but it is a turn-based game. It's not like a shooter or something where the frames will matter a lot more. Like, yes, the game will run better, look smoother, load faster because of the SSD, but the PlayStation 4 really didn't have a lot of those issues. So this game being a remaster, the things that they're going to be doing to it doesn't quite seem to be, you know, something that matters as much. Now, I'm going to compare this to Final Fantasy, and I know people hate when I do this, but the Final Fantasy VII Remake, it seemed like it lacked a lot of graphical fidelity. There were frame rate issues. So playing that on the PS5, for instance, is a whole different experience because it seems like you're playing it more of what it was intended to be like frame rate wise and resolution wise, you know, and the rendering of the actual backgrounds and the characters and the models and the cutscenes. It seems to make a little bit more sense there, but Persona 5 Royal runs just fine on the PS4, especially if you have a Pro or something like that. I never experienced any, you know, frame rate glitches or resolution glitches or graphics not loading in and stuff like that, so it's kind of hard to say whether or not this remaster is going to be fully worth it. And I'm a huge ATLUS fan. I love my Persona games. I think Persona 5 Royal is one of the most beautiful games ever. However, I'm not going to be the person that says you should wait for it on the PS5. I'd say if you find it really cheap, like $20, as it's been like on sales recently, you know, you can get Persona 5 Royal like Ultimate Edition for like 20-30 bucks or something like that on the PS4. That's like half the price, where you're not even getting like half of the benefits of the PS5. So you know what? It's like, you know, way better to go with that, personally. I think that might be something you should try to go for instead of having the, you know, PS5 version. The PS5 version will be good, like I said, including DLC, if it is all included there, which I'm pretty sure we're to assume it is going to be. And, you know, it's going to look better and play better. It will be the definitive way to play Persona 5 Royal, but is that necessarily the most bang for your buck? Are you getting the most content for how much you're paying, especially if you're a person that's already played Persona before? It's kind of hard to say. And one last thing I want to touch on here is like save data, bringing save data over. More than likely this will have it. A lot of times what the PS4 to PS5 stuff does with save files is you have to actually use your PlayStation Plus subscription to actually upload the save to the cloud, then you download it on your PS5. So what you could do is just upload your current save, which is usually only like, you know, a couple hundred megabytes or something like that, probably even less than that really, and then you just download it on your PS5, and it's usually pretty quick and pretty simple. But I'm gonna hope that the Persona 5 Royal Remaster isn't counting as a completely different game, that it still uploads the save file. That's something we need to learn about, and whether or not it's going to actually give us those save files, or is this Persona 5 Royal like remastered type thing going to be so different that they're not even going to consider it to be Royal anymore? It's going to be its own beast that the save file doesn't work with it. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see and make sure that that works. If it's just pretty much the same thing, I don't see why the save file couldn't go over, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. Like, comment, subscribe for more content. Let me know down in the comment section below how you feel about Persona 5 Royal on the PS5. Do you think this stuff is worth it? Let me know down in the comment section below. As always, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you all so much for watching.